Hey guys, how's it going? This is Coach Brian here with Lights Out Academy. I wanted to come to you to present you this unique opportunity that we have. All right. So recently we found out that competition and forms of practice for certain sports are able to return to somewhat of a normal capacity starting June 22nd with hopefully competitive structure, i.e. tournaments or games returning slightly after that. So we wanted to bring you this awesome program we are rolling out, which is our 4-week return to play program for all of our athletes out there. And we are super excited about this. Listen, we understand that for the last 8 to 12 weeks, you have been socially isolated, away from your friends, haven't had that opportunity to just compete on a daily or weekly basis. You've had little to no contact in a gym or any workouts. Your nutrition has been struggling, and you're just kind of stuck feeling like you don't know what to do next, or you don't know how to go about getting back into the swing of things. And that is why we want to do this program for you and really make this the best program that's going to supercharge your results and get you back on track very quick. All right, so we want to create a roadmap for you that is going to give you all the tools necessary to provide a structured approach to returning to play and being just the alpha male or alpha female on the field when you're able to start competing. And you're facing a few things here, right? Number one, all right, you've had no access to a gym and you've been stuck inside and isolated. And even if you've had some access to weights, there's a ton of other athletes that have had no access to weights throughout this whole process, and they've kind of been just sitting on the couch, right, and waiting for this thing to break. And this is one thing that we feel is going to plague a lot of athletes moving forward, and they're ultimately going to be stuck in a holding pattern and have no clue what to do when everything breaks. All right, so the impact of that is you have just a massive increase in stress and anxiety, right? You're kind of feeling a little anxious there. You don't know what to do. You're stressed because you can't compete. You can't see your friends. You can't, craft your skill for your sport and just continue to increase on the things you've pretty much gone about, improving in the off season. You've also lost a ton of strength, right? A ton of speed, a ton of power. And maybe if you're someone that had this problem, you've lost a ton of body composition. So, you've lost muscle mass, right? Or you've gained fat, or you've kind of just been stuck where you're at if you've been trying to gain weight or lose weight, and you're struggling on what to do next. And then on top of that, right, you're just ultimately have this big bubble of an unknown of what you're going to, encounter when we come out of this quarantine, okay? So there's 3 solutions to that. Number 1 would be to invest, right? And what we're trying to do is create group workouts that are developed to get you back to competition form, right? Which means gain speed, power, and strength, and return to where you were at before this quarantine hit and when you were ready to go into competition, which would have been your high school seasons. All right. Number 2, all right, we want to elevate your nutrition, right? So that's through nutrition seminars, right? Just straight up guidance on what to do, what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, things like that, right? As well as meal plans, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, maintain weight, that are going to help you get your body back on track, right? And allow you to feel better about yourself as a whole. All right. We want you to be able to fuel your body for competition as soon as that returns. Third, all right, we want to make sure that you have some type of before and after performance metrics that are going to help you track your progress, not just through this 4 weeks, all right, that we have for this program, but for months to come. So you have like a baseline of what you're trying to accomplish and something that you can always look back at and reference to, okay? So number 2, the second thing that we're facing is we have no motivation, all right, and we're feeling embarrassed or scared, and that could be just to return to competition, or we're feeling embarrassed or scared or no motivation to just return to the gym and start working out again. And this is a huge thing for a lot of athletes. The gym is already a scary place as it is, right? A lot of people are very intimidated to get into the gym, or they feel they don't need to get into the gym. And there's two impacts from this type of thing, right? You have no accountability doing all this, so you're struggling and you're not holding yourself accountable. Your parents aren't holding you accountable, right? Which means that you're not going to be able to perform for your teammates, right? Your coaches, or in front of your parents or your friends, okay? And number two, you're ashamed ultimately that you haven't done anything, and you're quite frankly afraid to start working out again. And how we plan on combating these two things are this, right? Number one, all right, we're going to give you 3 times per week, hour-long workouts that are in person in group formats. And again, we're going to still socially distance. We're going to be completely separated from each other. We're going to take the proper precautions moving forward to provide you a safe and effective workout space. And all these are going to be outside so that we have a ton of room, a ton of distance. You guys are getting outside. You're experiencing the elements that are going to be playing against your body when you return to competition, right? And these workouts are going to be done by coaches around your peers, so your teammates or other athletes, and that's ultimately going to hold you accountable in the long run. Number two, we're going to give you an online exercise database to do extra workouts at your leisure. Whether you want to, double up on your workouts a day, or let's say our workouts are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you want to do something Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever you may want to do, we're going to give you that platform to be able to take part in some extra workouts so that you're fast tracking your progress even more than you would normally. All right. Number three, we're going to provide you with before and after photos so you can see progress. And I know this may seem a little odd to some people that haven't done this before, but we find that the best way to be accountable is to see your progress physically, right? It's one thing for other people to notice how hard you've been working and the changes in your body, but it's another thing for you to be able to see step by step what type of changes you have been able to make in your body. And that's a huge thing for myself, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a general population type person, someone's just trying to get into fitness, but athletes in general are big visual learners, and we feel that that's a huge thing for any athletes. So the third thing that you're encountering is you honestly don't know what to do now that you can get back to working out, right? Like I said before, we're starting to lighten up on the restrictions for everything, and we want you guys to know that it is safe to start returning to workouts in an orderly fashion, right? As I said before, we're going to take the proper precautions necessary to make sure that you're in a safe, effective, and competitive environment moving forward. We're going to do this by distancing people, right? We're going to do this by providing masks to all of our athletes or our members to make sure that you just feel safe and comfortable throughout your workouts, and you don't have to worry about anything. We're also going to be wiping down things consistently, and we want to make sure that you have that comfort and you can leave, or you can be doing your workouts with just that ease of knowing that everything is taken care of. All right. So with that one point, right, not knowing what to do, right, or how to get back to working out, you're going to face two things, right? Or you've been facing two things. You haven't had a community of support behind you, which leaves you kind of feeling empty or alone, right? You're not knowing what to do, how to get started. All right. You're frustrated with the fact that you've been isolated for 8 to 12 weeks, and you're really struggling with getting back to competition, which is huge because let's be honest. All right. If you're a little like me, you just strive for competition, right? You want to be sweating, you want to be competing against others, right? It's a dog eat dog world out there, and we really want you to have that community. We want to put you around like-minded individuals that have the same goals in mind as you, and that's huge for your development. The second thing is that you've had no guidance, right? You've been going about this whole process on your own. You don't have any clue what to do or any clue how to get back on track moving forward. So I can say personally that this is something that goes back to my playing days in professional baseball, right? And that I can sit here and tell you that the only way to get back on track and stay on track is to be working with a coach, right, in a group setting, a one-on-one setting, to make sure that you're being held accountable, right, and you're just giving that nurturing, that one-on-one, or those touch points of being able to talk to someone, have someone around you to motivate you. That's going to keep you on track, right? And here's the 3 ways that we're going to help you with these simple problems, right? And again, these things are all reversible, right? We can take care of all these issues and we can get you back on track, but ultimately it's going to come down to you being accountable, and that's a huge word, right? So how we're going to do this is this. We're going to provide you a private Facebook community of support to increase focus and get back on track, okay? And that's huge, because if you're not around people that are trying to accomplish the same things as you, or you're not around people that are, have the same goals in mind, you're ultimately just going to kind of find yourself out in space and not being able to be pushed to the furthest limit, right? And again, that is a huge thing for us here, of making sure that our athletes are around other athletes that have similar goals. All right, I've done this before, and I'll continue to do this. If someone's not a fit for our program, I don't want them in the gym, because they can ultimately affect the workouts and the progress of every other athlete that's out there. All right. So number 2, we're going to give you a ton of resources to make sure that you are staying on track, and we're taking almost the guesswork out of everything when it comes to what you should do, right? So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to provide you a recipe book with a ton of recipes to help you and your parents prepare for meal planning or meal prepping, all right? We're going to give you a smoothies book, right? Because we know a lot of people like smoothies, and we know people are on the run at all times. So we want to make sure that you have something quick that you can go to, right? That you can get some protein in, some calories in, some carbohydrates in, and really fuel your body, all right? Number 3, we're going to give you a game day fuel guide, which is going to help you, all right, plan out ahead what you need to kind of pack with you to go to a tournament, to go to a game, so that you're fueling your body properly during your competition days. All right. Number 4, all right, we're going to give you an easy to follow grocery list that's going to take the guesswork out of when you or your parents go to the grocery store and are looking for, ideas for meals or foods to buy, and just help you navigate the food store, considering it's still a little bit of a hectic time out there. And number 5, we're going to give you our habit hacking ebook, which is going to help you get back on track and get focused mentally and create healthy, effective habits through just building a repeat process. And that's huge for all athletes, because we're all creatures of nature, right? We do something once and it tends to stick, and we have to break that habit. So we want to make sure that you are locking in the proper habits to be successful coming out of this quarantine and out of this next 4 weeks to return to competition. Lastly, and this is my favorite part, all right, we're going to have prizes to incentivize hard work and dedication. All right, so here, listen to this one specifically, right? So once you complete the program, you check in on Facebook during our workouts, and you share something on your Instagram story, whether it be in the beginning of the workout or after the workout, and tag us in it, you're going to automatically be entered into a random drawing, right, to win one of 3 things. $500 in cash. Yeah, I said that. $500 in cash. Or you're going to receive, the second place would be a free month of training, which is valued anywhere from $250 to $350. All right. And lastly, we still have something for a third place winner, which is just a swag package of lights out apparel that you can rock around, right? Still valued at the same price of the program. So we want to make sure that you have everything that you can possibly imagine to make you successful in the next 4 weeks and continue moving forward once you reach competition. And I think you guys need to realize a few things. Over the last 8 to 12 weeks, we have encountered some crazy times, right? We have all been stuck inside. We have all been isolated from our friends. We're left not knowing what to do, when we're going to be able to do things. And honestly, we're just being driven crazy because we have no idea when things are going to return to normal. So this is our way of helping you get back to some type of normalcy in your life, competing on some aspect, and just being prepared when that time hits that you're ready to just absolutely dominate on the field and move forward. So be on the lookout for the next few videos where I'm going to go a little more in depth on what we need to do and how we're going to do it and how you can sign up for this program and just fuel your performance and get back on track in the next 4 weeks so you're ready to dominate on the field. I'll see you soon. Take care.